Ooh. Ooh. Sup? This is a sleepover, basically. We're starting a sleepover series. No, you're not. You can't come to my house. I don't like when people come over. So true. But seriously, why not have a cozy chat time? I was like sitting here watching my very favorite YouTuber, Emilia Fart, have a cozy chat time, and I was like, why don't I have cozy chat times? Not that her topics, Emilia's that is, not that her topics are always so cozy. They're actually quite vulnerable and revealing to the human psyche. But that is precisely why they are so cozy. Because why not have more of us just opening up our mind portals to the digital portal? It's dope, man. Like, you can like give your friends a break from listening to your problems all the time. I don't really believe that. I am never taxed by listening to someone's problems. Literally, it's my superpower. Never sick of it. Given that that person can take feedback, you know, I have to be able to be like, please shut up, you're annoying me. I just heard a weird, like, rattly sound. I didn't like it much. This week's been weird for me. I'm gonna take it as a good sign that, like, spiders are apparently part of they're like a good omen of creativity and stuff. Well, dope, because I had like 50 of them in my room on Tuesday. They came in through this very window you see here on little adjoining threads. They were like brothers and sisters, man. Bros and sisses of the very same mama. And they just exploded from their egg sac. And they just wandered in. They didn't fucking knock. At like 1 a.m. too. Disturbing. And they were like minuscule. And they were spinning joyful little webs from their bottoms all over my room. All over it. Like in the air. In the fairy lights. It was I know, you'll probably never see those lights the same way. I don't. I was actually kind of like, that messed me up for like 24 hours. Like everywhere I went, I was like looking for spiders in the air because they just shouldn't be there, man. They shouldn't just have the right to show up anywhere. So, poor little darlings. They lasted about 30 seconds from egg to life to middle of vacuum cleaner bag, because I don't know what else to do. There's so many. They were so gross. And they were just creeping around. And it was 2 a.m., honestly. Other weird thing, it was 2 a.m. when that occurred. I imagine they started coming in about 1. That's why I said 1 previously. They had a solid hour to establish their weird nesting parties. But I had this, like, impulse. I was like, I'm going to vacuum now. Because it was my day to vacuum. And I missed it due to other things going on. And I was like, instead of waiting for Wednesday morning, I'm going to do it. Well, technically it was Wednesday morning. I'm going to do it very early Wednesday morning at 2 a.m. Came into my room, vacuum in hand, to this clusterfuck of spiders. So, like, that is divine intervention. And maybe the spiders, their presence, is why I'm doing so many YouTube videos this week. I've done like 3 this week. Just more than I've done in the past 3 years. So thank you, spiders. Your 30 seconds of influence on this planet really did make an impact. So I don't think that their efforts were wasted. I also cannot confirm that those spiders actually died because I don't know what happens to small creatures that get sucked into vacuum tubes. Like, seems to me they'd just have a trip and then they'd be fine. And then they'd just be in the bag having a crazy time. And then they can crawl out of the bag because there's a giant hole in it. So, for all I know, those spiders are actually totally fine. I hope that they are. And I hope that they know their boundaries and don't come indoors again. Anyway, guys, the reason... Yeah, I'm playing with my sock right now. It's just cozy and I don't need it. I don't need to wear it anymore. Because this room is very warm. And yet it's entertaining to touch, so... I'm replaying with the sock. Cool thing just happened. I just talked to my mom and dad for a while on the phone, and they're always cooler than I give them credit for. So mom and dad, if you're watching this, I'm sorry I never give you enough credit for that. I feel like instead of me offering information up, they always have to pull it out, and then they're like, yo, we don't actually, like, my mom has thoughts on things that are pretty judgy, but she also is like, all right, I'm done my judginess, so what's your side of the story? And then she just kind of listens to the other side and takes it away, and yeah. Self-aware judgment. The reason I talked to her today, or what ended up happening, was I came out as polyamorous to her for the second time. It seems weird to have to say, like, coming out as polyamorous, because it's not like, is it an orientation? Is it a lifestyle? That's up for debate, I guess. I don't really care what you call it, I guess. I really don't, actually. I absolutely don't care what term you use. But for lack of a better word, I told her all about my views on relationships and my current polyamorous status. So, initial reaction from her basically was like, ew, disgusting. So much disease. Oh, there's actually a lot of research done. Well, not a lot. There's not a lot of research done on any facet of polyamory. I'm not going to lie. It's very new, and it's got taboos because people are living in fear, etc. And yeah, people are afraid of what they don't know. But there is less STI risk proven for a polyamorous lifestyle than you would think. Obviously, it exists, but it exists everywhere. And FYI, did you know monogamous couples should get tested regularly? Like, not saying, like, this is how you find out if your boo is cheating, but, like, even if you're super faithful and you 100% know it, get tested, monogamous folk. Apparently, stuff just happens because you can have symptom-free things just crop up in your immune system and show up, and then you just live your whole life being like, yeah, I'm fine. I've only been with this one person for ages. Not the case. Every single person in the whole gosh darn world should get STI tested. Anyway, the nature of me and my personality is not one to, like, go sleeping around a lot. I'm pretty freaking selective with my partners. I'm even just selective with people I hang out with. I'm like, do I want to hang out on that day at 3 p.m. for an hour and a half? I don't know. It takes me a lot. And sometimes it takes me, like, months to even just, like, agree to a hangout. And that's just because I have poor organizational skills. That's just a lot of like anxiety running that show, but not like the jittery kind, just the low level, preserve your energy kind. So I'm not the sort to sleep around a lot, so I got to tell my mom that. I was like, no, the people that I'm with are pretty freaking, like, they're long-term partners to me. And one is, like, highly demisexual. I would say he's more adventurous, but he's still, like, for the amount of people that he meets and talks to, only a select few have, like, that trust factor that actually would make them a sexual possibility. And my other partner is just insanely selective, kind of like me. Like, if I was a creature, I'd be a cat, and only a few people get to actually, like, bond with a cat, you know? So that was just, it was a good conversation to have. One part of my personality is that I cannot lie about things like that. Like, I just don't see the point. Life is short, y'all. And I'm not saying that everyone should just come out as whatever you are in the closet for because that's the bravest thing to do. Like, I do feel the reality of the judgment, for sure. And then there's extenuating circumstances for a lot of people. Like, your job is gonna hardcore reconsider you if they find out you're poly. Like, say if you're a teacher, especially of, like, I don't know, teenagers. I don't know. There's so much paranoia in that area. Oh, that makes me sick. If you have kids yourselves, that can be a huge thing. I'd imagine, maybe, is this right? Maybe like government-oriented jobs wouldn't ever want to hear what one of their employees was living an open lifestyle. There are reasons why people will choose strategically to not come out, and that's not because they're just cowards who don't want to. Sometimes takes a lot more courage to like keep it inside, especially for years, and it takes a lot of communicating, and I can't imagine how hard that would be, actually. Especially to have to keep one of your partners separate from your children, to protect your kids. That's next level stuff. However, for my particular circumstance, there is nothing in my life that I consider more important than my ability to be honest with people in my life. Like, it's just where I'm at. It's just like what I've set up for myself. And I've been really conscious doing that. Like, I'll never belong to a job that makes me feel like I need to be silenced. I just couldn't do it. Like, every part of my body would reject that. So I'm more prone to be honest about that stuff because it just feels better than not. And also, I don't like treating people like glass. So in the case of my parents, for example, or anyone that I might know who would disagree with my lifestyle, because let's be honest, like a lot of just people my age, random acquaintances, friends, they don't agree with my lifestyle necessarily, or like I can feel that they're judging it when I speak to them about it. And it's not, oh my God, I totally lost my train of thought. I was saying like, oh yeah, I don't want to treat people like glass. So the phone call I had was an amazing example. Why assume someone will give you a bad reaction? Just actually learn if it will be that way. It's kind of like the best way to kill your anxiety is just do the thing, man. Just say the thing. So if you are in the situation of having to come out to someone that's very important to you about something that's very important to you, ask yourself, is it a real danger? For some people, the answer is yes there. Or is it something that you're just really scared about? For a lot of people, I think maybe it's more just, that's a huge part of your identity right now. And it is scary as hell to be rejected. But I do think that equally, to kind of self-soothe for the moment, consider how many times the people close to you have surprised you positively. My parents consistently do this. They consistently are just like more willing to hear me out, even if they don't agree. And I know they're not going to go and be like, oh my God, I'm a practice poly now. And I don't give a crap if people do or not. Poly's not for everybody. But give yourself room in your brain space at least to consider that not everyone will react the way you think that they will. It can be really great. Like really great. Like that can really teach you a lot about humanity. And also, holy crap, does it ever feel nice to just let stuff out of your body on a physical level. Information that you hold in your body that's tied up with a lot of emotional trash, like if you feel shame and guilt and sadness about things. An interesting thing that I've kind of been doing some reading on is how that leads to chronic illnesses. So for me, and I'm super aware of how spiritually woo-woo this sounds, and I'm like down with that. Like, I don't care. I don't know why so many people, why do we all care about so much stuff? How do we have space to care and judge people this hard? Oh my God. I think it's hilarious that we waste so much of our lives on that. You know what's fucking cool? And I'm gonna just tell you that I think it's cool, and I'm gonna completely own that I think it's freaking cool. The chakras and their connection to respiratory infections. I get chronic nose, ear, throat issues like all of the time. And I was at an adorable essential oils and herbal apothecary basically here in Vancouver called Gaia Garden. Shout out to that place. Very interesting. And their throat chakra essential oil was all about speaking your truth and curing respiratory infections. The more you speak your truth, which is a shitty spiritual phrase that I do actually loathe, but the more you just say things out loud that you're feeling inside, and you don't sugarcoat them, and you don't protect other people from how brutally honest you have the capacity to be. We all have this capacity. The more well you will be overall. Like, I'm actually curious if I keep making videos along these lines where I just like talk about stuff, and I hope I can like ask other people about stuff. The more I do things that are really my passion. Like, I could honestly talk here forever. Luckily, my phone cuts me off at like 20 minutes. But when I get a real camera, y'all, these videos will be hours long. And no one will watch them but me. I'm curious if my chronic infections will be different, if they will be lesser, if they'll go away. Like, I do wonder. I really do wonder if those chronic things are a message of some kind that is just screaming to get out. Because, man, I know my anxiety is, and I know my anxiety feels so much more manageable after I make videos like this. Like, all anxiety is a fear-based idea that is secretly promoting you into action. It's wanting you to do something more truthful for yourself. It's like a nice warning sign. Not that it feels nice, but it has good intentions. Your anxiety always has really good intentions for you, which again is a cozy thought. Like, there is no emotion in your body that wants to hurt you. Your body wants to stay alive. Don't know if you've noticed this. Bodies want to be here. It's their only programming. It's their only programming. You look at a plant, their body only wants to be here. They only want to catch that sun, girl. And they only want to grow up. Humans only want to survive. So your base emotions like fear, anxiety, sadness, anger, all those things, they are just protective measures that might feel not so cozy at the time, but like they've got really good intentions there, and they are just so loud because they want you to listen. Keep that in mind. They're like your little sister, any little sibling who's just screaming at you until you can't ignore them. It's a good message. It's a good thing to listen to. They have a purpose. They're not pointless, and they're not there to torture you. I can do more rants on anxiety because I love that topic, and I've really overcome, not completely like overcome my anxiety in the sense that I don't feel it anymore, but I am just not scared of it. Like, it's hit such highs and lows, and I've survived all of them. And I think if you're watching this video, I have a suspicion that you have also survived every anxiety attack you've ever had. Unless this video is being shown in other fields and other planes of existence where people are indeed not alive but still watching YouTube. That's dope. And I'm sure you guys on those other planes are up to cool stuff too. Anyway, good night. I'm paranoid this is hitting 20 minutes because I have absolutely a warped sense of time when it comes to videos. Because, like, you just want them to work well, you know? Other news, I will be doing polytalks. I'll like continue polytalks and stuff. They just feel so formal, so I want to have a playlist that's just like me blabbering about things. Okay, bye. If you have googly eyes, send them to me so that I may make sock puppets. I can talk to my sock puppets during videos. I think I'm going crazy early in this channel. Usually it takes people like a year, maybe a couple years to become truly insane. What does it mean when you get there on the first video? Peace, guys.